Good morning. Welcome to the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. How you doing? Hope you're feeling good, ready for this week. Little rain coming tomorrow. Will there be snow on Friday? I hope so. The first snow of the season's always a lot of fun, and or it might be a nightmare. Depends when it comes, right? I'm choosing to believe fun, and then we'll see what it is on Friday, right? Here's the weather for today. Another good one. Mostly sunny, above average. Today is your day to kind of get ready because the rain is going to make it unpleasant if you want to rake or go mow your leaves or any of that stuff. You know, it's that time of year, like you can't really put the lawnmower to the back of the garage yet. Might need to mulch a little more. So we'll see. You might, you know, just maybe check on that snowblower. I don't think we're expecting that much snow, but we'll see. Riley's watching all that. We'll do some more kind of weather coverage in the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update as the week moves on. Let's talk about this. Inflation, supply chain. You can't get enough of it, can you? Hot supply chain talk. I love it. I love it. So what do you do to save money, right? We're trying to save money because, you know, stuff's expensive. How about buying in bulk? Head on over to Costco and buy yourself a 5-gallon drum of pudding. I don't recommend that, but the website magnifymoney.com did a cost analysis of bulk purchases. Jeff Wagner used this for his good question last night and found that batteries, the biggest savings. You go buy that 40-pack, and it works out to be about 45 cents AA battery instead of 90. Look at the spring water, the bottled water. Yeah, 1 cent an ounce versus 2 cents an ounce. I know that doesn't seem like a big deal, but I mean, we could do the math for you. Should we? Should we do it together? 24 bottles, 16 ounces. So 1 penny times 16 is 16 cents a bottle. 16 times 24, I don't know. You've lost me. It's like $4. $4, right? $5? Somewhere in there. Bulk food and bulk stuff sometimes saves you money. So we want your tips. What is your favorite thing to buy in bulk? What's the number one item you think it saves you money? I buy the bulk toilet paper, which in life, there is no more embarrassing moment. Well, I'm going to dial that back. One of the more embarrassing moments is walking out of Costco with like the giant thing of toilet paper. Because when you see people with that, don't you think like, what'd you have for dinner? Like that's a lot of TP. COVID on the rise again in Minnesota. Health Department seeing some of the highest number of cases it's seen all year. 4,200 new cases. And, you know, with cases, we always take this and say, like, all right, it's an indicator that stuff is going around. But cases without hospitalization or, you know, it all depends on severity. So it's hard to read too much into this. But 34 deaths reported, including a victim in their 20s from Sandy County. So this thing is still around. Important to be aware of that and important to think about how you want to protect yourself. Maybe it's the booster. More people could be eligible for a COVID vaccine booster shot because Pfizer is expected to seek FDA authorization for the booster for anyone over the age of 18. Right now, it's sort of booster targeted to specific people. They're trying to get it for anyone 18 plus. We'll be watching that this week. Here's a story that'll make you go, how did that happen? Boy, this is just absolutely heartbreaking. And boy, you think, what would I do? Los Angeles couple suing a fertility clinic after an IVF mix-up. Here's what happened. They carried this baby to term. You know, here's Alexander and Daphne Cardinale. And they had this baby, and the baby didn't look like them or their older daughter. A genetic test at 3 months old determined it was not their biological baby. The Cardinales soon learned their embryo was switched with another couple. That couple also had the baby, but it was their biological daughter.
Our memories of childbirth will always be tainted by the sick reality that our biological child was given to someone else. And the baby that I fought to bring into this world was not mine to keep.
So then you gotta think about that, right? As you're these two couples, do you switch the babies and have your biological baby? You sort of were like a surrogate an unwitting surrogate. The fertility clinic involved in this hasn't commented yet, perhaps for obvious reasons. An expert in fertility says this was likely human error. The other couple, both couples are going to file lawsuits, but my gosh, you had the baby, you physically had the baby, and then you swap. Crazy. Upsetting, too. A major shortage of drivers has Metro Transit making some changes. As of October, Metro Transit says it's down 80 operators. That's a lot, and that has led to canceled or missed trips on both buses and the light rail. So starting December 4th, what's Metro Transit supposed to do? So they're cutting service, 5%. 54 routes will be reduced or suspended. So you're going to want to check if your route will be impacted on Metro Transit's website. So not only are fewer people using transit because of COVID and because downtown hasn't come back to life yet, but they don't have enough drivers and operators if people chose to come back to work or their workplaces called them back. Wow. 4 astronauts returned to Earth overnight after spending 200 days at the International Space Station. Always amazing to watch the SpaceX capsule parachuting right into the Gulf of Mexico off the Florida coast. Kind of cool pictures in the middle of the night. Next crew arrives to the ISS on Thursday. Could this be the future of farming? No. No. This is not the future of farming. In space? Come on. Plenty of land here to grow tomatoes, but Heinz kind of trying to see what is possible. And they teamed up with the Aldrin Space Institute in Florida, Buzz Aldrin, the namesake for that, seeing could we grow tomatoes in Mars-like conditions? Look, we're not going to be shipping tomatoes from Mars back to the United States. Maybe if we occupy Mars, you're going to want to grow some stuff. So they use this soil from the Mojave Desert that sort of mimics Martian soil and tried to grow tomatoes in really tough conditions. Could we do it? And the answer is yes. So they created a ketchup, which, you know, ketchup is some tomato, some sugar, some vinegar, some other stuff. They're going to do a taste test on it live on social media tomorrow. Boy, I'll be watching that. Who cares? Kind of cool. Cool science. Do I need Martian ketchup in my life? I do not. Love this effort by Twin Cities company Deluxe. Deluxe used to be the check company. Remember, they print your checks, and nobody buys checks now. What Deluxe does is they work with small businesses to help them succeed. You need work in marketing or in accounting or whatever. That's what they do. And for years, they've done this thing called Small Business Revolution. Amanda Brinkman, their head of marketing, she is so creative. She's brilliant. Launched this show. And a Twin Cities business called Lip Esteem is one of the 6 being profiled this season. Tamika Jones is the owner and founder. She sells lipsticks and lip gloss. It's plant-based, gluten-free, cruelty-free. And so she'll be highlighted on the stream, Small Business Revolution. It's on Hulu. You can get it online as well. Earlier this morning, she talked with us and gave some pretty inspiring advice if you're thinking about starting your own small business.
If you have a dream, don't let it die. If you have naysayers, block them out and focus. Sometimes people will get you off of focus, and so I just say, go for it. But it is timing, and it is taking step by step. Don't look at other people and say, oh, why do they have this, or how did they do it? You don't know their journey, so take your own journey.
Hi, I'm Amanda Brinkman.
I like that, right? So here's some of the scenes of the show. There's Amanda, Twin Cities-based Deluxe. This year, instead of going to another city, they typically pick a main street to try to revitalize. This year, they picked 6 Black-owned businesses in our community in the wake of the killing of George Floyd and all of the discussion on the racial awakening we've had, trying to help these businesses turn things around and grow if they choose to grow, making that decision. So pretty cool. Lip Esteem. Look for Tamika's products. Really cool stuff. We're talking today about buying bulk. What are we buying? What are we saving money on? What's kind of a waste when you buy bulk? Melody buys cottage cheese, apple juice, school snacks, and milk. Costco is a lifesaver. $60 for Costco. What I like about Costco is their price is always, I think it's 12% over their cost. So even if they negotiate a better deal, you as the guest get it, because think about it, $60 for a membership times, I don't know how, they have 100 million members or something like that. I mean, they're doing fine on just the membership fees, right? Thanks, Melody. Bradley, bulk toilet paper and its partner in slime, baby wipes, towels. Yep, we get paper towels, we get dishwasher pods, yes. Kleenex, yes. Ooh, favorite thing recently is a Costco-sized shortbread cookie tin. Sounds delicious. Thanks, Bradley. Here's Suzanne, Kleenex boxes. Yeah. Yeah, we usually buy the Charmin at Costco, and for most of the pandemic, you couldn't get Charmin, and so let me tell you, the sacrifice the DeRusha family made. I mean, scratchy toilet paper for the year. If you see me and you're like, man, Jason seems a little irritable, that's why. See? Rochelle knows. Toilet paper. Yeah, as long as you have a place in your house to store it, you're good to go. Paper towels, vitamin water for hydration, and antioxidants. Get those bulk. Yeah, we get our water bulk, paper towels, napkins. Riley said on the morning show today he uses cloth napkins. I can't imagine with like 2 little kids that he has, and that's a lot of. Well, you know what? Come to think of it, my kids don't even use napkins. They just wipe it. Teenage boys just wipe it all over. Yeah, Riley was kind of rubbing it in my face. I care more about the environment than you do, DeRusha. Really, Riley? You want to play that game? He'll probably win. It's fine. Thanks for watching the morning update and my morning ramblings. Hope you enjoyed that. That comes free. And you get that in bulk, too. Thanks for watching. We'll be back here tomorrow.